Hello, my name is Dirk Fischer from Hilscher. I want to present different kind of use cases for the netX 90 chip. And here on this slide you can see a typical use case, netX 90 as a companion chip. That means you have any kind of application, processor or microcontroller. This could be a high-performance system running on a Linux or a small microcontroller. And netX 90 acts as a communication side of your application. So you have a clear separation application handled by your host controller, and the netX 90 handles communication. In between you see this white arrow here, and this represents the hardware interface, which could be a parallel interface or a serial interface, an SPI interface. From the logical perspective, both controllers share data via a dual-port memory, which is explained in a different video tutorial. So in this use case, the netX 90 is a black box for the user, because you don't have to program software on the netX 90. You get a loadable firmware from Hilscher, which runs on the netX 90. So if you have a look on the internal structure of the software running on netX 90, you see all components are provided by Hilscher, which is represented by a red color here on the right-hand side. So the basis for everything is netX hardware. And the most important part of this hardware is the so-called XC module, which is a flexible communication controller which handles the real-time Ethernet communication, or also the traditional field buses like Profinet, Profibus, Ethernet IP, EtherCAT, etc. The system is represented by this RTOS. We are using a real-time operating system, and the protocol stack is based on this RTOS and a so-called hardware abstraction layer, which is the interface to this XC communication controller. And on top, we need a kind of responsible functionality to transfer data from the host controller to the netX to the dual-port memory. So we call this component DPM, dual-port memory handler. On the user side, you have any kind of hardware, as explained, and you can use also an operating system, which is optional. We do not ask for this. You can use it. And of course, the blue-colored component is your user application. And in between, Hilscher provides a component, which is a kind of a driver. So you get either a prepared driver for Linux, for Windows, or other operating systems, or you get a so-called CIFIX toolkit, which is a core of a driver. So the CIFIX toolkit can be adapted to your specific host architecture, to your operating system, to your hardware, and in any kind, you get a set of functions, which is called CIFIX API, so collection of functions, which act as an interface for your user application to the netX communication side. So at this edge here between the user application and the Hilscher component, we offer a set of functions to transfer I/O data, to configure the device, to transfer acyclic communication. Yeah. So this is a commonly used structure. A second important use case is a so-called single chip use case, where you don't need an external host controller. So netX 90 features a second CPU, which can be used for the application. So it's really a very small, tiny, cheap solution to implement application as well as a communication part. And in this case, we also have this interface between both worlds, but we use an internal channel, the IDPM channel, internal DPM. The software structure is exactly the same as with an external host, but now we have the application part inside the same chip, inside netX 90. But we still have a clear separation, and we have the same communication mechanisms via the DPM. Okay, so now if you consider the first use case, the companionship use case, you might think, okay, what's about the application side here? We don't use it, so it's not really used. Therefore, we can think about a different companionship use case where you make use of the application side. And this is the first variant of this use case, and you just regard the application side of netX 90 as a secondary microcontroller. It's a Cortex M4 CPU available for your application, and you can use it in your application. There is no standard way to connect this application side to the host controller, so you can specify and implement your own proprietary protocol between your host controller and the application side. You can use UART, SPI, SQI, so there are a lot of different communication interfaces available which can be used. And the communication side, the protocol stack, is still controlled by the external host controller via the same interface as explained before. So you can use a parallel or serial connection and talk to the protocol stack. The application side inside netX 90 cannot access the COM side here. So this is clearly separated. Only one application can talk to the protocol stack. This is one variant, and we have a second variant. In this case, you also have an external host controller, but now the netX 90 application side control the protocol stack, control the communication side. And again, you have an external interface, any kind of proprietary interface to your external host controller. And this is a very clever way to abstract protocol-dependent parts of your application. So with this structure, it's possible to have a generic host controller which provide data to the application side, and the application side abstract different protocols like Profinet, EtherCAT, Ethernet IP. They all need a slightly different configuration and different handling, and this can be abstracted on the application side. So you don't have to touch your host application. You can have a generic interface here, and you just have different flavors of small application software here to adapt to the different protocols. That's a very clever way to make a generic host application possible. Okay, you will learn more about the dual port memory interface in other tutorials, and I also ask you to visit our knowledge base, kb.hilscher.com, to find more information. Bye-bye.